Yo, yo, yo.
Wow, 6 participants, 7 participants, 8 participants, 9, 10, 11, double digit,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
14. So
Hey,
exciting.
everyone. Like we are waiting a few minutes until everyone joins the link. So we're gonna start just in a few minutes. So let's wait for everyone.
Got 20 people on the line. How exciting. We haven't even started. All right. I'm just going to stop share for a moment. I'm going to share the link to this so people can join us.
Yeah, yeah. So just a few more minutes and we gonna start. Hey, yo, 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 everyone, please, everyone, in the comments, tell us where you're from. For example, like, hey, I'm from Poland, I'm from London, I'm from India, I'm from, I know, Italy. Just tell us where you're from, and can you hear us? Netherlands. Okay, awesome. Okay. Yeah, wow, awesome. From Belgium, Antwerpen. Wow. Sweden, Dubai, Toronto. Woo! India, US.
Oh, hello.
Okay, okay, awesome. Let's wait just a few more minutes for everyone who is going to join us. Just let's wait one more minute and we're gonna start. Oh, from Argentina. Wow, pretty awesome. Kenya, Veronica, pretty awesome. So yeah. So let's go. So hey everyone, my name is Ilya Azovtsev. I'm a part of Expandi team, and actually, we decided, like, if you know, we decided to have a host amazing webinars with amazing people. We're gonna record this webinar and every single webinar that we have, like we are recording that and then we put it on YouTube. So in any case, you will be able to find all this recording. So let me tell you a quick story before we start. The thing is that we know that LinkedIn lead generation, it's not an easy thing. I mean, like 99% of people want to generate leads on LinkedIn, but only 1% can actually do this and know how to do this. Even though it's not a rocket science, but there are so many people who don't know how to do that. And we thought, what if we talk to those people who are not just know how to do that, but they actually do this on a daily and weekly basis. They generate leads on LinkedIn. That's why we decided to talk to some amazing people, like A-level players on the market, on this LinkedIn world, on how do they use any like different techniques and strategies to generate leads on LinkedIn. And today we're gonna talk to Ariel. Hey Ariel, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks, Ilya.
Awesome, awesome. And like a few more words about Ariel and a few more rules for this webinar. So Ariel is the owner and the founder of SDR Labs. That's the AI-powered lead generation and appointment setting agency. And if you want to get some leads and you need some people who will do this for you, you know where you should go, to Ariel and SDR Labs. That's the first thing. The second thing is that if during the webinar you have any questions to Ariel, because today Ariel is going to share his own techniques and his own approaches on how he is using AI in lead generation. And if you have any questions, I'm pretty sure that you will have those questions. Please put them in the Q&A session, or like ask them in the chat, and I'll be super happy to ask and interrupt Ariel and ask your questions. That's basically it. You will get all the available links after the webinar. So just like 5 minutes after the webinar, you will get all the available links. Plus, tomorrow we'll get the recording. If you miss some parts, or if you want to rewatch something, you will get the recording. And plus all the available links from Ariel, you will get those things today. So Ariel, would you like to share some cool things with the audience today?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd love to do that. Thank you, Ilya. You guys seeing my screen?
Hey, just please say in the chat, can you see the screen? Just put plus. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I can see. Okay, awesome, awesome.
Great.
So let's gonna start.
So I'm really excited to share all this with you, especially because I've been using that a lot. In the last few days, I've sent 459 messages to my LinkedIn connections, and I've generated some meetings with some really amazing companies, and I haven't even touched the surface. So it's very, very exciting, and I'm going to teach you some of it today. So let's start. How to use AI in LinkedIn outreach to generate leads and book appointments. Also, if you're doing email marketing, that's going to be valuable to you. And all manners of direct response marketing is going to work with you. So let's take the agenda for today. We're going to take a little bit about myself. What does DR Labs do? What problems are we trying to solve with AI? What's the solution? I'm going to talk a little bit about AI-generated connection requests, AI-generated follow-up messages, and AI-generated how to generate resources, and what's the thinking behind that. And then we're going to have some time to Q&A, and we're going to have time to Q&A just in between. So Ilya is going to interrupt me whenever he feels like it. So I'm looking forward to your questions. Does that sounds okay, guys? Can we go ahead? Awesome. That's good. Okay. So hi, I'm Ariel Levin. I'm from Israel. I'm a digital marketer since 2012. Before that, I was a realtor, a real estate agent. Before that, I studied advertising. I lived in New Zealand for 8.5 years. I'm 47. I'm married. I've got two young daughters, 2 and 5. And I'm the owner of SDR Labs. I also do stand-up paddleboarding and mountain biking. So that's pretty much about me. SDR Labs is an AI-powered B2B digital marketing agency. We're using AI, LinkedIn outreach, LinkedIn PPC, email outreach, and cold calling to book meetings for our clients. Working with clients like Authentic, Cyclone, K2 Global Communications, and more. I've just signed up 2 or 3 deals today. I didn't have time to go through my inbox, but some really cool companies. One of them is SaaS Rooms, for example. So we're working with very, very cool B2B companies. So in terms of how I can help you, if you find any of this interesting, I can provide you with training, build advanced AI personalization engine, build email and LinkedIn automation with Expandi, of course, generate leads and help you book appointments. And today, what we're going to talk about, and this guy, Taibu Suarez, he is a sales trainer, and he released this course, the AI outreach system, and which I bought. So a lot of what I'm going to show you today is based on what he did, but what I did is I've automated a lot of it as well. So this is what I'm going to show you today. If you want to go into more depth into that, I'm going to share with you the link to his system, and if you like, you can purchase it. So what problem are we trying to solve here? So what we have now is the barrier to LinkedIn marketing is very, very low. And as Ilya said, just maybe 1% are managing and generating leads from LinkedIn. So most of what happens on LinkedIn is just a connect and then pitch message. It's mostly done with robots without real personalization. And it usually annoys the recipients and make them inbox blind. So very low responses. You just got to work with big numbers. But also, if you want to personalize messages, and because we can send anything from 400 to 800 connection requests on LinkedIn in any single month, if we're going to personalize each of those, that's going to take a lot of time. Okay, so that's a problem. The second problem is that we're facing is that a lot of us, when we're trying to go in marketing, especially people like myself who are in the agency business, we don't really know what our potential prospect, our potential leads, what their challenges and their symptoms. So what's the solution? The solution is specifically the AI that we're going to talk about today is ChatGPT. I'm not going to expand on ChatGPT because most people have already used it. And if not, just go to Google and Google it. And so now what AI can do is it can learn about your prospect. And with Google Sheets, you can also personalize messages to them at scale and also understand what their challenges are. So hopefully that all makes sense, right? So far, let me know in the comments. So what happens if I'm...
Ariel, sorry. Just let me interrupt you for 1 second before you come to the next slide. Are you okay if we just launch right now the poll and ask people, hey guys, are you using or are you running LinkedIn outreach right now? Are you generating leads through LinkedIn right now? I'm going to start the poll and just like in 5 minutes, we'll take a look at the results. So,
awesome.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Let's go. Sorry for interrupting. You can go.
No, please do. Let's see. Are you running LinkedIn outreach campaign right now? Yes. Yes. Open panelists. I cannot vote. I'm just going to put it to the side. Should I continue, Ilya?
Yes.
Okay, great. So what happens if you are doing lead generation and you're not really sure about what challenges your leads are experiencing? So you can use this prompt. You can tell ChatGPT to assume the role of a chief marketing officer at a specific company, at Microsoft, and enumerate the 3 primary obstacles you expect to confront in 2023. And we can also, let me show you how it's done in practice and how cool that is. So I'm just going to exit this and go into ChatGPT. So that's slide 11. No, edit session. So if you're unaware of the challenges, I can ask ChatGPT, and I can say to ChatGPT, hey, assume the role of the head of growth at Authentics, which is one of our clients, and enumerate 3 primary obstacles you expect to confront in 2023. Authentics is characterized by, so I can ask them to visit the website. Please provide a response in a comprehensive bulleted format. So all I have to do now is I can, let me just edit this and show you how this works. And what it's going to show me now, it's going to show me all the challenges that I'm facing. Why do I want to know the challenges? Because I want to provide solutions to those challenges when I message those people. So I don't even have to give ChatGPT any information because I'm using ChatGPT 4. It's going to go surf the website, learn about Authentics, learn about and think about their challenges. So this is happening in the background at the moment, and we might go back to that later on. But it's gonna ultimately it's gonna spit an output for us that's gonna give us a list of challenges. For example, this is what I've done before. It's gonna really stop what I've done now. But it's going to show me some challenges: staying ahead in a rapidly evolving tech industry, brand perception and trust, navigating regulatory changes, diversifying revenue stream, sustainability and corporate social responsibility. Now, if this is not accurate enough, I can ask ChatGPT, I can work on this prompt as well and say, enumerate the 3 primary obstacles you expect to confront in 2023 in relation to outreach, in relation to email marketing, in relation to LinkedIn marketing, in relation to cold calling. So that's going to give me even more specific things, so or problems. So if I'm already well informed about the challenges my potential client is facing, I can feed it all those 3 problems. And I ask ChatGPT to suggest more challenges that it might foresee. Okay, so you're gonna get this prompt. You can play with it as well. If you have any questions about that, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to the next slide. Great. Now, if I want to go a little bit more into depth, so I really want to understand that there's a challenge, but this challenge is defined by the indicator or symptom of those challenges. So I can ask ChatGPT, I can say, I can take this, and I can say, provide me with a list of 3 indicators for each issue you're tackling. Please present the answers in a bulleted style. So what this is going to give me, it's going to give me the symptoms that they're experiencing. So they have a challenge, which might be lack of leads, but the symptoms of that might be low pipeline, low sales, even might be that their their sales team is not motivated because they cannot perform. So these are the things that I can use as personalization elements when I'm approaching those people. So this is how in just a few seconds or minutes, I can get really in depth about what challenges they're experiencing, my target market, and what's the symptoms or indicators of those challenges. And then I can craft messages to them based on that. And the results are literally amazing. Okay. So also, what I can do is, this is very cool. I can personalize message based on somebody's profile. And how do I do that? So I need the person's profile, right? So let's do this. Let's do this together. And soon enough, we're going to get into the more interesting stuff of how we can automate a lot of this. So let's go back into ChatGPT. But before that, how do we get the information from LinkedIn about someone? Okay, so let's jump into LinkedIn. And quickly visit Ilya's profile. So if I want to get his full profile, I'm just going to click on more here. And I want to save this to PDF. And that was saved. I'm going to open that. I can do Control A to get everything, Control C to copy everything. And then I will put it here instead of the LinkedIn CV. Okay. So here is the LinkedIn information of a potential client. I'm striving to elicit a response from them to my introductory communication, and I must reference a facet of their profile that correlates to the issues I'm adept at solving. And the issues that I'm adept at solving are lack of leads, low quality of leads, and no shows. Now, let me spell that, quality of leads. And what I'm asking ChatGPT is, could you identify 5 noteworthy aspects from this CV, from Ilya's CV, that could potentially engage their interest, Ilya's interest? Here's the CV. Just gonna delete all this. This is a little bit irrelevant. And now I'm gonna let ChatGPT work, and let's see what it gives us. So here, and it said you can mention your Ilya's experience with lead generation and growth marketing, successful track record of growing, his successful track record of growing companies. And I can take any of these and use it. So his leadership in B2B sales and marketing. So, and I can really go into depth with that. And I can also decide here and now, if I'm doing the work manually, I can say to ChatGPT to
Ariel, that's actually like 100% everything like is correct. Like it literally took everything, like even in a small mention of some parts, it just took it from there and dive deeper into that, like the first one. Like I just have only one mention on this on my profile, but actually ChatGPT took it, and dive deeper into that and just it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, how long did it take us? Nothing,
Yeah.
And this is really the power of that. And what we can do now is I can ask ChatGPT to please write a connection request to Ilya with an icebreaker mentioning point number 4. Okay. Getting lots of typos today. Mentioning. And I've done my research, I've done everything. And now it's going to write me a connection request, which I can shoot over to you. So, and that's going to give me that. So this is if you're working individually, this can be quite good. However, what I didn't tell just ChatGPT is to be please rewrite to be very concise. Right. So that's going to give me a message I can use. Bang, and I can send that as a connection request. So far we've covered lead research and personalization. Now let's go into a little bit of how we can mechanize and automate some of this process. So there's a really cool tool called Chat.
Sorry, interrupt you just for a few questions from the audience before we come to this part, because people are asking. The first question is, do you use any plugins or anything like this for ChatGPT interface? Because it's actually the interface that you're working with right now. And do you use any?
I'm not using any. I'm only using the surfing functionality for what I'm doing. So yeah.
And the next question is, why you should copy everything from the PDF from LinkedIn CV? Like, why you should copy everything? Can't you just put the link on the LinkedIn profile? Why you should actually do this?
Okay, good point. Good point on whoever asked it. Got a good point there. I didn't think about it. That's how I learned it in the course, and I never really doubted it. So
I can answer actually this question. So the reason is that ChatGPT cannot fetch LinkedIn data. So actually, whenever it starts doing that, it even if it's using the Bing search, it still got the information in messy format. So when you put, for example, Ilya Azovtsev in the search, right, on LinkedIn, and ChatGPT is using Bing search to find this LinkedIn profile, it will also find some profiles similar to this, and we'll take all this information and consider that as one. So it's not working pretty well. But even if you use some other tools like web search for ChatGPT, it's not doing pretty well because LinkedIn is blocking suspicious events, like visiting and fetching the data. So actually, when it comes to GPT, the only way to do this, it's actually downloading the CV and copy and pasting everything, because just the link will not work, or it will work but will give you extremely inaccurate results.
Yeah. Well, thanks for expanding on that. Any more questions?
There are a few. Yeah, just yeah, like I'll ask you just after that, because there are so many and I just need to read them to understand. Yeah.
Great
So
stuff.
let's move on.
Okay, so what I'm going to show you today is based on this tutorial on ChatGPT for work, or ChatGPT for sheets and docs. So there's a whole website. They have lots of videos. this is the video that you want to watch. So if you don't get it now, don't get stressed. I'm sending everything to you. So everything's cool. You can watch it at your own time and do that. So let's see how we generate a connection request in bulk. So what I've done is I've created this Excel sheet for you. It has all the formulas and everything, and also some prompts that you can use. So the first thing you want to do is you want to install ChatGPT for Sheets and Docs. And it's here at gptforwork.com, and you're going to get this, so that's all good. And if you want the data from LinkedIn, you can scrape it using Phantom Buster, for example. So let's see what we're doing with connection requests. So what I've done is I've created a prompt here, and the prompt is write a 2-sentence concise LinkedIn connection request with an icebreaker. The tone is friendly, mention something interesting from their about section, and start with hi first name. So what I've done is I've taken some Expandi employees and I've actually copied their about section. I've done this manually just for preparation, but you can do that with anything else that with Excel or with a what's called Phantom Buster, which are scrapers for LinkedIn. Just be careful while using them. And what I'm doing here is I'm using, once I've installed the extension, which looks like this. Okay, so I can show you its sidebar. All I have to do is I have to add an API key from OpenAI, and if it sounds like Chinese to you, it's very easy. What you do is you go OpenAI, okay, and you click on API, and you log in, and you click on API. I'm already logged in. If I want an API key, let's see, API reference somewhere here, view API keys, and I create a new key, and I come back here. It's just basically a string of numbers and letters, and I come in here, and I can set my API key here. Okay, so I'm using ChatGPT 4, but 3.5 is going to be more than enough for what you need, so don't stress about it. And you can learn more about the different ChatGPT prompts that we're using. What we're using is ChatGPT create prompt. I've already created it here just for ease of use. So what we have is we have the prompt on the left. We have the URL. Why do we have the URL? Because ultimately we want to take this data and import it back into Expandi and send them the message as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the formula in here, and it's going to start working, and it's going to generate a message for us. So it says, "Hey Noah, I came across your," let's see, make it a little bit easier to read. "Came across your profile, was impressed by your ability to pioneer high impact digital and social campaigns with, let's see, delivering no measurable revenue results to brand profile. Your expertise in lead generation, social first activities intrigues me, and I would love to connect and learn more about your strategies." Okay, so if you like that, that's great, and you can expand that to the rest of the profiles that we have here. But if you want to be, for example, more formal, all you have to do is change the tone, for example, to formal, and that's going to change here. Okay, because profile is expressed by solid skills in sales and social media strategy, your work, high impact. Okay, delivering measurable results, and you can play with it until you get something that you're very, very happy with. And once you are, all you have to do is, and you're going to see that in the video. I don't want to go too technical right now, but put those dollar signs there in the formula that allows me to essentially drag this and then generate personalized connection requests to everybody involved. Okay, hey Natalie, hey Ilya, I came across your profile. I was impressed with your experience in helping early stage startups with their growth marketing strategy. Your journey from failed startup, failed SaaS job to being a part of 150 million product growth is inspiring. We'd love to connect and learn more about your experience at Expandi. Okay, so it's pretty good, pretty cool. Definitely shows that somebody spent at least a couple of minutes reading their profile, which we didn't because ChatGPT did that. But that's how you do that. And I just showed it to you on, what is it, 6 profiles? And it took seconds, okay? You can do this on hundreds of profiles, and it will still take less than 5 minutes to personalize those messages. But the next thing you can also do is you can go and you can actually create even full messages for LinkedIn. Okay, so I'm using the same sort of thing, just okay. And what I've done is clear that so we can redo that. And what I've done is I did the same thing. I create a prompt here with a task of analyze the lead's LinkedIn profile. This is the LinkedIn profile they're about for clues, and I can be a bit more accurate. So they're about from their LinkedIn profile. For clues on their professional needs and challenges, generate a personalized LinkedIn message that provides deeper insights into the identified pain points and suggest how my offering can provide solutions. The messages should be very concise. Don't add with best. Augment your. A bit messy. Don't end with best your name because we will add it manually later. And also, I ask it to message my offer. So where is it? It's just message. It's just my offering. And then I put my offering here. Augment your existing LinkedIn. My offering is to augment your existing LinkedIn and email outreach with done for you cold calling by SDR Labs. Don't add with best your name. And all I have to do here is I put the formula again in the email body. And what it's going to do is it's going to generate the emails for me. Taking a bit of time here, but ultimately it's going to generate some great emails for me. And it's really in depth. So once you have that and you have a good formula in place, you can a good structure in place, you can use that across your different clients, across your different product, and do really cool things. The art of it is really the prompts. Okay, so unfortunately something went wrong here. Let's see. So I'm going back there. So what it's going to do, hopefully it's going to generate the emails for us. Yeah. So this is for Stefan. Stefan is one of the founders. Notice from your LinkedIn profile that you've been able to achieve great success through your hard work and perseverance. However, I understand that as a chief strategy officer, you may face challenges in expanding your outreach beyond LinkedIn and email. That's where SDR Labs come in. We provide done-for-you cold calling services that supplement your existing outreach efforts and help you reach a wider audience. Our services have helped businesses like yours. And you can be very, very elaborate with your prompts. You can also give an example here if you wanted to. So you can do however, you can build it however you want. For example, this is an email generator. So you can say the task is write a concise cold email message. The style is created, the tone is excited, the topic is to ask the recipient if they'd be interested in meeting to discuss LinkedIn and email automation, or would they like to see some case studies first? Start with hey, first name, relate their job title and industry to the topic, and sign as Ilya. Okay. So I've got all this. And now I use ChatGPT to create some fake names and some variety of industries. And what it does, it said, hey, as a marketing, for example, there's a John here. He's a marketing manager at the advertising agency. So the message is, as a marketing manager in the advertising industry, I'm sure you understand the importance of efficient communication. That's why I wanted to reach out to see if you'd be interested in meeting to discuss how we can automate your LinkedIn and email outreach. But before we schedule a meeting, I wanted to offer some case study that might pique your interest. Would you like to see some example of how our automation tool help other companies in the industry? If I like that, that's great. Let's see what happens when I say write a concise messages. Oh no, was this a little bit long? No more than 3 sentences. Then save. And that's going to change that because I want it to be a little bit shorter. But you can play with the prompts, until you get something that you like. The fellow marketing, the industry, I wanted to reach out and see if you're interested. So that's a shorter message that provides some value. And if we're talking about value, and all I have to do now, it's actually not going to work because I haven't changed the done it wrong. So this is something that you need to remember. If you're going to expand that, you need to put the $sign. And the guy in the video that I've recommended you watch is going to talk about that as well. So now it's going to generate meetings. It's going to generate some some messages for me. So far, that's great. And what happens if you want to provide people with some value up front? Okay. So, haywire. So I've met something here, but we can move on. AI generated follow-up messages. Now, the last thing I want to show you is something very cool that I've learned as well. So let's say that you want to give them a marketing resource to pique their interest, but you don't want to create it yourself. What you can do is you can look for a resource like that. Let's say, let's go to the blog of HubSpot. HubSpot blog. Wow, that's awesome. HubSpot blog 2023 marketing strategy and trends report, data from 1,200 global marketers. So that's great. And what I can do with that, I can download this, download full report, and ask me my details. That's all right. www.sdrlabs.io. And now it's going to give me the report. So what I'm going to do with this report, it's too long, guys. I can't send it to everyone, and it's not branded with my name and all those things. So what can I do with it? I can save it to my computer, and then I can use this website, TLDR this. Okay, let's go there. And I can ask it to summarize now. Okay, so let's see if I can just that. So let's just give it the full access to the article. Right. So I'm going to give it this. Details. AI summary. Okay, doesn't matter. So, okay. Summarize this. And what it does, it reads everything and it summarizes it. And what I can do with that is, because I can't feed ChatGPT a whole too much content at the moment, soon enough, from what I've been hearing from my friend Ruben Hasid, is that we're going to be able to feed it with PDFs, no problem. So what it does is it summarizes it, takes that summary, and now we can take the summary and use a prompt that says, as a digital marketing specialist, please transform the information below into a strategic guide. Okay, and that's the guide that I can later use. Sorry, couldn't generate a summary for that, so that didn't work, unfortunately. But just bear in mind that you can actually use that. So you use the others, or the other thing you can do is you can feed ChatGPT the information in chunks, and then ask it to create a playbook, a strategic guide, or anything like that. How do you use this guide?
Arel, just a quick thing. There is a pretty cool thing. Like I really like this approach, to be honest, with analyzing the articles or like ebooks and so forth. I can share my approach, like what I usually do. I use this tool. I'm pretty sure that everyone will like it. It's chatpdf.com. So actually,
Yeah.
you can upload the PDFs and actually work around the PDF and ask questions like to GPT, but with like about this PDF and so on and so forth. I really like this TLDR, this.com. I will definitely check it out. Never heard about this, and probably will have like a few several tools in my pocket, for analyzing the content.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. So that's pretty much it. Let's go into some questions. Maybe we can drop for people who, if somebody is interested in the resource, maybe we can drop the link to the resource.
Hey guys, about the resources, right now, during the next minute, I will send you the link to the resources so you can get everything that that Ariel just talked about. And if you miss this part, or if you miss this link, I don't know why, but still, like you will get the email 5 minutes after the webinar finishes with this link again, so you like cannot miss it. So in 1 minute, I will send you this link, but during this time, I have a small question to you, especially about the Google Docs, or sorry, Google Sheets. Ronan asks, are there any limits on these sheets before potentially being blocked? I mean, do you see or do you know any limitation when it comes to ChatGPT API and Google Sheets, and how many I can analyze? Is only for 6, or can I, feed hundreds or thousands or millions of records like this? What's your experience with that?
So I think around 1,000 you start to encounter some problems because something in Google Sheets, I don't. The API doesn't have any issues. The API calls the API of the GPT API is not going to experience any issues, but the Google Sheets might experience some might throw some timeouts and things like that are going to generate issues around 1,000 records. Yeah, but it all means that you just need to work with some separate sheets. That's it for your different campaigns.
So, everyone, please take a look at the chat. I shared the link with all the materials that Ariel is sharing right now, has been sharing during this presentation. So please just go there, leave your email, get everything. So Yeah.
Look at your email. It's a double opt-in, unfortunately, but so it's going to send you an email. You're going to approve your list, and then it's going to send you the resources. Test it out. If you don't get the resources quickly, let me know, and we can solve that on the spot. And yeah, so, and if you're only interested in the resources and you don't want to hear from me again, just unsubscribe after you get the first email. That's totally cool. I'm not going to get upset. So feel free to just get the resources. I'd love to keep you online. I'd love to keep you on board, but you do what's good for you. All right. Any more questions?
Probably you can share about yourself, how, like this slide, and then we are going to ask you questions. And please, guys, we don't have a lot of time right now, so if you have any questions, just please ask these questions right now in the Q&A section, and once Ariel is finished, I will ask these questions. Probably not everything, but at least like I'll try to pick the questions. So just share how people can reach out to you, how can you help them, and while Ariel is sharing this, again, ask your questions.
Sure, awesome. So I can provide you with training about AI. I can build you advanced AI personalization engine. So what I showed you today, it's basic. I didn't want to bombard you with information, but what we're using inside is a slightly different system that creates the connection request, and then a follow-up message, and then another follow-up message, and another follow-up message, and an email script, and a phone script. So we can build this for you. We can help you with Expandi if you need, and with email and LinkedIn automation, generate leads for you, and book B2B appointments for you. And if you want to reach out to me, I'm Ariel Levin on LinkedIn. We got a black t-shirt. You can look for me. It's Ariel Levin, SDR as a service, or you can go into sdrlabs.io and leave a contact form over there. I'll get back to you quite quickly. Not this weekend. I mean, this weekend I'm just going away. So if you didn't hear from me, you're going to hear from me on Monday or Sunday. Or just Friday, Saturday, I'm going to be away. And also, if you're hearing this and you need to get the resources after the webinar, you go to bit.ly/Expandi AI, and that's going to give you the link to sign up and to get the resources.
Okay, guys. Thanks a lot, Ariel. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just there's an interesting question from Jacob.
Yeah, the same. Yeah.
What's the true ROI on time and efficiency that you have seen compared to manually doing the same job? So, Jacob, I cannot. I mean, what I've seen is that when I've used smart personalization with suggestions, so like, for example, what I've done is I suggested to people how they can use outreach marketing, which is what we do. I've got about 4% reply rate in comparison to 1% reply rate. I've already closed one deal today, and I've got another meeting with a very big organization next week. So yeah, it's been very good. Getting some really good results. But it's really about getting your prompt right. So the ROI in terms of time and efficiency, I think it's in the thousands of %, because otherwise I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it manually. So it's a lot better. You're welcome. You're welcome. More questions. Let me read them.
There is an interesting question. So I will ask you this question. This is the question by Ronan. And the question is like the last one. So what about tools like Luna, or probably Line or SmartWriter, tools that are actually writing call emails and LinkedIn messages using some kind of AI, in like comparing to using prompt engineering and GPT for the same job? So have you tried any other tools that are actually doing AI writing for LinkedIn outreach or email outreach? And have you compared that to the, you know, like to the results of the work of GPT with your prompts, and what was better, and how do you feel that?
So seemingly they're very, very similar, but for what I'm trying to achieve, I need to have full control of the prompt. So so I like to have control of that. I like to have my own system on that, my own systems on that, and it's a lot better that way. So so I think I've tried a few systems, but I rather have control on that. However, if you feel more comfortable in an environment that is more done for you and less of technical tinkering, then definitely go ahead and do that. I mean, I've been hearing good things about Lemlist as well, their AI. I've tried it, wasn't impressed. So, you know, but what I do is very deep personalization. So I scrape LinkedIn profiles, I scrape company pages, I paste the information based on that. So, and there's just one tool on the market which I teach about that can do that in an efficient manner.
Awesome.
Okay, Sergio, you should get the resources. You should get like 3 or 4 links to the resources immediately. Am I not worried about being blocked by scraping? I've got dozens of LinkedIn profiles, so I'm working very, very, very carefully. We don't use Google Sheets because we're partners with Microsoft. Will it work also the same if I use Excel instead? There's probably tools for Excel. There's probably, because Microsoft and OpenAI are very closely entangled. So I'm sure you'll find a solution that can call on ChatGPT API, and it might be as easy. So, or you might need to do some workarounds. But Val, definitely just dig into that a little bit more, and you can do that. But I mean, with Google Sheets, I mean, you can just have a free Gmail account and use Google Sheets and use that. So I don't see a challenge for you, even if you don't find a good solution with Excel. Yeah, guys, let me know if you didn't get the content so far. Are there any questions that we didn't answer?
Yeah, there are a few.
How do we prevent getting blocked using Phantom Buster? Just don't be too greedy. Phantom Buster has their own limitation. They will write you their daily limitation. There's a blog about it. So yeah.
A few other questions. The first one is, can this, especially when it comes to your ChatGPT plus Google Sheets hack that you shared, can this be done for the entire LinkedIn profile or just the experience section, for example? So yeah.
Can it be done with the entire, just the experience, or just the about? You can test. I think it really depends. Okay, so some people have an about section and an experience section. Others just have an about section and a very lean experience section. Some people have this or that. So this is why we just go for everything, and we feed ChatGPT everything, their experience, their skills, everything. So it can find a lot of personalization elements. But if somebody has somebody is using 2,600 characters for their about section, like taking it to the max, they're very, very detailed. So that's going to be enough. So it's really dependent on their profile. This is why in the system that we're building for ourselves and for our clients, we have a waterfall effect. So if they don't have this, then we'll go and find that. If they don't have that, we'll go and find the next thing. So this is how we work there. Any more questions, guys?
Two more questions. The first one from Daniel. The question is, do you work with companies not in tech?
Do I work with companies not in tech? I work with all companies. I work with all B2B companies and some B2C companies as well, but mostly B2B.
Yeah, and I guess that's basically it. If you have any more questions, like one more question, if you have any question, just one more question, just ask it right now. So actually, let me wrap it up. So the first thing is that you'll get all the links just after this webinar, like in, I guess, 5, 7, 10 minutes. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I will actually add the link to the materials and resources that Ariel mentioned. The third thing is actually, I really love this topic a lot, and I just want to say thank you, Ariel, for being today and sharing everything. It was pretty cool. I personally love ChatGPT topic and theme. I'm like, I love it, and I'm really happy that we have Ariel today. The third thing is that tomorrow during the day, you will get the replay and we'll publish on YouTube, so you can find it like literally at any time. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Yes. All the materials will be available in just like, I don't know, 10 minutes through the email. So check your inbox in 5, 7, 10 minutes, and you'll get it. So you don't forget and you don't miss the links. So thanks a lot, Ariel.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for spending time with us. We had over 80 people and we still have 54 or 55. So appreciate your time. Use Expandi, use automation. And thank you so much to Expandi and to Ilya for having me today. Really fun experience.
Awesome. In 7 minutes, you will get the email with the materials, with all the available links, and you will be able to leave your feedback. So please just mark from 0 to 5. How did you enjoy this webinar? And leave your comments and everything like this. We'll take everything into consideration, and we will, convert this feedback into real things. So always give everything that you think. Just tell us. We really love to hear that, but I'm pretty sure that will be 6 out of 5 stars because the content was pretty amazing. Thanks a lot, Ariel.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.